Okay, we didn't get to see George's game, basically because it was over quite quickly. I'm afraid he lost. So this is now the decider between Matt and Brian. Matt's playing Sasha. There you go, there's Sasha if you don't already know it. Brian won the flip, went first, and he's playing this, IS McClark. BRIG, it is a BRIG deck, but it is also a GenKA deck. And then the disc has a bit of board control and a bit of control in it. But mostly BRIG deck, GenKA deck versus Matt, who is playing Sasha, which is BRIG deck, sorry not BRIG deck, GenKA deck, Gangonaut deck. So we'll see how they go. Yeah, Brian led off with the Dominator first, Matt just mind-wormed all bombardment. Not sure why he didn't bombard the Dominator for one, but anyway. Brian's come back with Sloppy and Hexbian. Discarded a Gub. Archive something. Matt's gone Shadows. What are we going to do? Lethal Distract the Dominator? And there's not that much in Matt's deck that does damage straight off the bat. So that might just be a early grab of Amber. Customs office early. Just have a look. I don't think there's that much that's going to worry Brian too much. He's got Fetch Drones, Pocket Universe, Lash, I suppose. Anything else there? Mother Gun. Yeah, I don't think the artifacts are key to Brian's deck. Matt discards the Rig Lottery because at this point he doesn't want to start pitching away his GenKA. I think this is going to be very much a battle of who has the best, order of cards in their deck. If Matt can get to his GenKA early, it might be game to him. If Brian gets to his GenKA early, then he might be able to. BRIG isn't going to be so useful versus Sasha. If you're not careful, you need to be very careful. Otherwise, Sasha will just MG off it. But we shall see. If you time it right, obviously it works brilliantly, and you get a whole load of Amber. So that was out of the Call of the Week and the Dust Amber. It's pretty slow. Both players not playing that many cards. I mean, Matt had a reasonable empty handing of Shadows, but yeah, there's not that many cards being played at this point. The Dominator is a bit annoying for Matt. It's going to get in the way of a gang of Naughts. He's just rammed a Cowfine into it. Has he got a Dromonaut? Was that what was coming next? And he's discarded Little Rapscal, so it suggests he doesn't have the Gangonaut, otherwise you would play it just for the extra body next turn, which you could then attack into the Dominator if you wanted, because Brian's got no way to get rid of that Dominator, aside from board clear, which plays pretty fine for the Gangonaut. So yeah, with Brian, all he's got on board is a damaged Dominator. Got 3 cards in archives, but Matt's gone through slightly more. He's got 4 Amber, maybe a GenKA. Crack a GenKA at this point, get lucky. What are you going to do? Get 10 cards? No, probably not. If you haven't got it. Oh, Binate Rupture pushes him to check. Doesn't really help Matt too much, but it gets him over. So is Matt going to try and deploy a Grunt Buggy maybe if he's got it? I don't think he's got too many ways to stop Brian at this point. But yeah, so his lab work puts something else back into those archives. Hexbian. Maybe the Binate was just in the archives, and now I'm saying Brian just probably correctly realised this is the best time to do it. What's going to get you a key and not get Matt a key? Pass. Nearly gave Matt a key there, of course, because we put it down to 5. Shadows. What's Steel? Okay. That seems a bit unlucky for Matt. I think Shadows is probably the least useful turn there. Yeah, we're stealing a whole bunch of cards. So a whole bunch of Amber. But Brian's still going to get his key. And I don't know, maybe Matt's going to get a key, but he doesn't normally want to get a key, normally wants to use all that amber for a GenKA. That being said, of course, he's got 2 Yancy Gangs, a Dodger and an Umbra on the table. That's a fair amount of steel on shadows. And Brian doesn't seem to have too much right now to deal with. Well, he's gone Logos again, he's Binate Ruptured again. Now he's going to IG Matt for another 6. I'm just thinking you could send the Hexbian into the Umbra, the Titan Mechanic into a Yancy to lower Matt down to only really stealing 1. No, it went for a Dodger. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, some real good play around the Binate Ruptures and IG there by Brian. Didn't give Matt a chance to basically use a GenKA out of it. So, yeah. Matt forges for 5. Brian gets 12. This is not looking good for Matt right now, I must admit. Although he does know the IG's gone. So yeah, just looking now. Reaps with Ganger. What could we do? We could Bingle Bang Bang into Dominator to clear out the other 2. Are we going to see a Drummernaut turn here? A Gangernaut turn? No, it's just double Reaps. Is it a Grunt Buggy? Just to push the cost up. Okay, Relentless Assault. Yancy into the Dominator. Bingle Bang Bang clears it. You've readied your Ganger, which you can now reap with. Drummernaut. Please be a Drummernaut at this point, no matter what, you're out. You're pretty much out of the game. You've got 2. You've gone through half your deck. So he's discarded Sound the Horns. Yeah, if he didn't have the Drummernaut, you'd have obviously kept that. Gangernaut's been used twice. So Ganger Chief has been used twice, so this is going to be 4 for second key. And then very much a race for that last key. I mean, if Matt's also got the Grunt Buggy, is it worth Matt Grunt Buggying? Would take him off key, but also make Brian pay a ton. So Chieftain's back in hand, can't be played again. It's discarded. I suggest Matt has a second one in hand. Or he's desperate to try and get to his GenKA. So yeah, pass over. Brian forges for 6. And he's on check. So Matt, it better be something pretty special. Oh, is this going to be his GenKA? Yeah, there you go. Martian Generosity. Key abduction game. Yeah, very well done with the Bryanate Ruptures. And that is as far as we go with this KOTE season. So, made the top 8. It's not bad. We'll have to see how we do in KOTE 7.